This week on commandN, a better way to manage your paper receipts, Dungeons & Dragons gets friends, and the iPhone 4S and your wallet. Welcome to commandN, I'm Amber. Before we get to Jeff and Laura's chat on the new iPhone 4S and the links that I'm loving this week, I wanted to share an experience recently that I had with Hover. I went online to register ambermac.ca and take advantage of their promo code commandN for the month of October, where you get a $5 .ca domain. And I have to say, after having registered domain names for the past few years, it was one of the best experiences that I've ever had. The interface is so clean and easy to use. Also, the customer service is fantastic, head and shoulders above anything else out there. So I encourage you to give the promo code a try and get your .ca $5 domain. Also, they have a wonderful deal if you want to transfer your domains for just $10. Really simple to do, and again, great customer service. I was recently complaining on Twitter that I was having trouble managing cross-posting to multiple social media networks. Matthew Ingram, a very popular blogger from GigaOM, suggested that I try a service called If This Then That. It allows you to manage your online life, and it works with up to 35 different web services. For example, if I post a photo to Instagram and I want it to also go to Dropbox, I'm able to set that up within If This Then That.
Something is happening to your friends. One by one, they're being drawn into a world of magic.
When I was in high school, my brother Jeff used to play Dungeons & Dragons with his friends at our house on a regular basis. If you're also a fan of D&D, you'll be happy to know that the game is now available on Facebook. Within the game, you're able to customize your own characters. You're also able to fight off evil beasts. Who doesn't love to do that?
The deepest RPG experience Facebook has ever seen. Dungeons & Dragons.
I was at a conference this weekend with hundreds of women who love social media called Blistum. I met a bunch of lovely ladies, including a group of women who were all sporting these really cool Twitter necklaces. Turns out you can buy these necklaces online at blendcreations.com, and you can customize them as you see fit. The perfect gift for friends out there who also love Twitter.
There's been a ton of announcements from Apple recently, including the iOS 5 and the iCloud updates, both of which we're both very much enjoying. But what people are most likely to know about is the update to the iPhone 4S.
I'm really pleased to tell you today all about the brand new iPhone 4S.
So we didn't get the iPhone 5 that many of us were hoping for and that some of us were speculating pretty heavily about, but there are some great improvements to the iPhone 4S that we just wanted to mention. There's Siri, the voice-activated intelligent assistant a lot of people are talking about.
Is it going to be chilly in San Francisco this weekend?
Not too cold. Maybe down to 61 degrees in San Francisco.
There's an improved camera and faster processing capabilities. There's also the dual antenna for worldwide use that I'm really excited about because I love to travel. Even if you think these are great improvements and you're possibly thinking about upgrading, or maybe you already have, there's some other calculations that come into play on the financial side.
So when I went to check on the upgrade price for my iPhone 4 to a new iPhone 4S through Rogers, I got a very unpleasant surprise. Rogers is not providing any discount or any special pricing for people like me that want to upgrade with each new handset that comes out. So in order for me to upgrade to the iPhone 4S, it was going to cost me, with taxes, over $600 with Rogers. And that's not too far off the $650 before tax price that would allow me to buy that directly from Apple and not have to have any contract obligations.
And while the device cost through Canadian carriers is generally around $160, and in the US you're looking at about $200, which isn't even taking into consideration the fact that in Canada a 3-year contract is standard, in the US it's usually a 2-year standard contract. Really the hidden costs that we're looking at here are the upgrade fees and the early update penalties. So that's something else that needs to be taken into consideration. It really varies greatly between providers.
So on my Rogers account, I have a $35 upgrade fee, but they charge me $20 for every month left in my contract as an early update penalty. which I think is crazy, and I'm kind of surprised that Apple hasn't strong-armed carriers who price these things so exorbitantly high, as it's a total disincentive for me to upgrade to the newest iPhone.
Now, we weren't able to get prices in the States, but in Canada, TELUS really has the best deal going with a $0 upgrade fee and only $10 per month for the early update penalty for every month remaining on your contract. Bell Canada comes in between TELUS and Rogers with the same $35 a month early upgrade fee as Rogers, but only $15 a month for the penalty.
So assuming I'm halfway through your typical 3-year Canadian carrier cell phone contract, it would cost me, before taxes, $339 to upgrade to an iPhone 4S through TELUS, but $554 to upgrade through Rogers, with Bell coming in somewhere in the middle. That's more than 1.6 times the cost for exactly the same product through Rogers than it is through TELUS. And given that doing any update like that renews your 3-year commitment to your cell phone carrier, I just don't think that's remotely fair.
Let us know what you think in the episode comments or on Facebook or Twitter.
Total Blender, blend my new iPhone.
Blending iPhone.
Would you like to not blend the iPhone instead?
Activating the smoothie button.
You are making a terrible error.
Blend it now.
Please try.
Facebook has recently announced a few great updates that we wanted to share with you guys. So first of all, there's Timeline, which is a much richer and visually more stimulating way to look at your profile. It includes a cover photo spanning the top of your page and story points in your timeline to share things new and old. Indeed, you can go back to before you were on Facebook, right back to your birth. Thankfully, these come complete with controls to remove or change the privacy settings on these, which most people will be happy to see that those are there. There's also a new category of social apps that integrate your tastes in music, movies, and more, and let your friends listen along to your favorite tunes right in Facebook. As well, Facebook is expanding their button offering beyond the well-known like button to include opt-in read, listened, and watched buttons to let your friends know what media you've been enjoying. And finally, and almost in tandem with the new Apple releases, Facebook has launched an improved iPhone app and finally released an official iPad app. And the iPad app introduces a side panel view, supports multiple accounts in Facebook Places, lets you play Facebook games right on the device and view HD video through AirPlay, and a whole lot more.
The biggest pains in my work life is managing receipts. I tend to collect them over the course of the year and then stuff them all into an envelope, which really isn't that effective when you have to do your taxes at the end of the year. Fortunately, there is an app that is available that works across multiple smartphones called Lemon that was just released, and it works really well. I absolutely love it. It allows you to take a photo of your receipts, and then it puts those receipts up into the cloud. It also helps to categorize some of your purchases so you can get a sense of how much money you're spending on certain items. A must for anyone who's running a small, medium, or even a large-sized business. That's all for today's show. As always, you can find us online at commandN.tv, where you can see an archive of all of our episodes. You can also find us on Twitter and friend us on Facebook. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
If they can't get the antenna problem fixed, I think a nice pair of rabbit ears with the USB dock connector would be great for the new iPhone.
I wonder if I'll be able to use it to play Angry Birds in 3D.
I wonder if I'll be able to use the new iPhone 5 as a personal flotation device.
It'd be really great if it had a retina scan password.
I hope I'll be able to get better iPhone 5 reception in prison.
Holograms.